For decades, people have been telling me the same thing. And Warren, gold is the safest bet in the world. It never loses value. It's the ultimate hedge. And yet, I've spent my entire career watching that belief quietly, steadily lose people money. Now, I know that statement alone probably just made a few thousand people angry, but that's okay, because by the end of this talk, you'll understand exactly why something truly terrible is about to happen to gold, and why most people who think they're protecting themselves are actually walking straight into danger. Let me start by painting a picture. Right now, there's panic everywhere about debt, inflation, interest rates, government spending, the dollar losing value. And every time people get scared, there's this one instinct they all share. They rush to gold. It's been happening for centuries. And yes, that instinct used to make sense, but not anymore, because the world that made gold powerful doesn't exist anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying gold is worthless. It's beautiful, it's rare, it's timeless. But it's also one of the most misunderstood assets in the world. And what's coming next will shake a lot of people who thought they were being safe. I'll get to that in just a few minutes, I promise. But first, I want to tell you a short story that will help everything make sense later. Back in 1971, when Richard Nixon ended the gold standard, the world changed overnight. Until then, every dollar in your pocket was tied to a certain amount of gold. That gave people confidence they could touch their wealth, they could hold it. But after Nixon's announcement, the dollar became pure faith. It wasn't backed by gold anymore. It was backed by trust. And you know what happened? Everyone said, this is it, the end. Gold will skyrocket forever. For a while, they were right. The price of gold soared. People felt brilliant for buying it, but by the 1980s, something strange happened. Gold stopped being a store of value and started being a symbol of fear. And fear, as I've learned in every market crash, is never a good long-term investment strategy. Now, before I tell you the reason gold will collapse again and why it's not because of inflation or interest rates or central banks, let me ask you something. If gold is truly the perfect hedge, then why hasn't it kept up with inflation over the last 50 years? Think about that. If you had bought $100 worth of gold in 1973, today you'd have something like $6,000 worth. Sounds impressive, right? But if you had invested that same $100 in a simple S&P 500 index fund, you'd have well over $20,000. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Gold didn't protect your wealth. It slowed its decay, and that right there is the first crack in the myth. But there's another one far more dangerous that almost no one talks about, and this one is why I said something terrible is coming. Because gold is not just losing value against stocks or technology, it's losing relevance. Now, let me explain what that means. For centuries, the power of gold came from scarcity. There was only so much of it. It couldn't be printed like paper money. But today, in the digital age, we've created something even scarcer, something that exists beyond borders, beyond vaults, beyond governments. And no, I'm not just talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about trustless assets, systems where value isn't stored in metal but in math. And for the first time in human history, the core reason gold ever mattered, scarcity, is being replicated without the need for the physical world at all. Now, I know that sounds like science fiction, but it's happening right now quietly beneath the surface. And that's exactly what makes it dangerous for gold holders.